Creating methodology. Project methodology. What is it? What does it mean? Project methodology, it's there to provide a standard, good standards, good guidelines to ensure that the projects are well disciplined, well managed. They're consistent. It promotes the delivery of quality of products and results in projects that are completed on time and within budget. And that's the most important part of projects, isn't it? When you're completing them on time and within budget. So what we've written up here are some of the things that you need to do when creating your methodology. Methodology, the methods, the way you're going to go about it. So of course we've got, first off, the needs. What are the needs of this project, the methodology itself? What are the needs? What are your requirements? What are the requirements in it? What's the objectives? So I've got to think about that. For example, if we were going to have a student party, we would sit down and we'd have the idea, let's have a student party. What sort of a party? Why do we need a student party? To release the pressures of studying and exams, assessments, etc. And what are the requirements we need for that party? So that's what we would do. We'd sit down and do that. So we'd have our meeting and then we would start to design how we would go about it. And to organise that party, there's certain jobs that we have to do, isn't there? And we have to allocate those tasks to do those jobs. So that's what we've got there. We're starting to design the solution of having the party. What are the things we need to do? Who's going to book the venue or look for a venue? What about the food? What about the entertainment? When, where? What time? During the day and night time. So we would allocate, they're the phases of doing that. Then we would allocate somebody the activity to go and find the venue, to find the caterer, the entertainment and so forth. And then to find that, we'd break those activities into tasks. What do they have to do in those activities? Might be you surf the net to look for a venue. What area will we have it in? What about the entertainment? We have to look up booking agents. How do we book up bands or karaoke machines or DJs? Where do we go? What are the tasks? Do we look it up in the phone book? Do we ring up agents? Do we ring up friends that have done that before and get some advice? So there's certain tasks in those activities and we would design all of that. Then there's processes that we'd have to design. Think about the processes we have to do. Not only do we have to book venues and get the entertainment, we've got to think about the money. Where are we going to get the money from? What's the process for that? So we may have to look for some sponsors or whatever. Then we would develop the templates. In other words, do we have templates to put these tasks into? How do we do it? There's got to be some formal way of doing it. So we've got to put the templates into use. We create our own methodology, our own method. Create your methodology. Start to create the framework. And then we are going to populate it. We've got to describe, when we populate the framework, or the methodology I should say, then we have to have the different phases, what the activities are, describe them exactly. The quality checks, the reviews, the tasks. So we need to know who's going to do the roles and responsibilities for carrying out each task. So that's where we're starting to populate it. And what do we need for our quality checks? That everything's going all right. What about pulling the pin, knowing when this project is not going to go ahead? We have to realise when that is. I call it pulling the pin. The processes need to be monitored. They need to be controlled. Everything needs to be properly organised. And then we might add some tools into it. And the basic methodology steps are these. These are the 5 steps. And all of this would fit into that. The initiating, we initiated all there. The planning of it, which is in the design, the solution, planning all of this. Executing it, creating everything, populating everything, controlling it, checking on all our quality checks, having our meeting, the different phases. Is this working? Have you done this? Have you done that? Have we got the money? Did we get sponsors? And then, of course, the last one is closing it, having the party. So that's how you create a methodology. You just can't fly by the seat of your pants. You've got to have a system, guidelines. You must do it professionally. It must be well managed, and it must be disciplined and consistent. If you do it consistently, it'll promote the delivery of quality. So that's creating methodologies.